If you feel lonely, there's a good chance you've been told, directly or indirectly, that something is wrong with you. That you're too quiet, too sensitive, too distant, or not social enough. But psychology tells a very different story. Loneliness isn't always a weakness. In many cases, it's a side effect of having traits that don't easily blend into a loud, fast, surface-level world. What if the very thing that makes you feel out of place is also what makes you rare? Today, we're exploring 5 uncommon psychological traits often found in people who feel lonely, and why each one is actually a hidden strength. Trait number 1. You have deep emotional awareness. Psychology shows that people who feel lonely often have a heightened ability to notice emotions, their own and others. You don't just feel good or bad. You sense layers, subtle shifts, unspoken tension. Research on emotional intelligence suggests that this depth of awareness can make shallow interactions feel unsatisfying. Small talk drains you because you're wired for meaning. As a result, you may feel lonely in rooms full of people. But this trait also means you're capable of profound empathy, emotional honesty, and real connection. When you do bond with someone, it's not superficial, it's real. Loneliness here isn't a flaw. It's a signal that your emotional depth needs depth in return. Trait number 2. You value authenticity over belonging. Research indicates that people who prioritize authenticity are less likely to conform just to fit in. You're not interested in pretending, performing, or shrinking yourself to be accepted. That choice often comes with loneliness, especially in environments where blending in is rewarded. You may notice that you'd rather be alone than surrounded by people while feeling unseen. That's not social failure. That's self-respect. This trait protects your identity. It keeps you aligned with who you truly are. Over time, it attracts fewer connections, but better ones. The loneliness you feel now is often the space between refusing what's false and waiting for what's real. Trait number 3. You are highly self-reflective. People who feel lonely often spend a lot of time in their own minds. Psychology research on self-reflection shows that this trait increases insight, creativity, and emotional growth, but it can also create distance from others. You think deeply about your experiences. You replay conversations. You question your choices. While others distract themselves, you process. This can make you feel different, slower, or disconnected, but it also means you learn from life more intensely. You grow where others repeat patterns. Loneliness here is not emptiness. It's the quiet where self-understanding forms. Many wise, emotionally mature people spent long periods alone before they found their place. Trait number 4. You are sensitive to overstimulation. Studies on sensory sensitivity suggest that some people are more affected by noise, crowds, conflict, and constant interaction. If you feel lonely, it may be because your nervous system needs more calm than the average person. You may withdraw not because you dislike people, but because too much input overwhelms you. This sensitivity often gets mislabeled as weakness or antisocial behavior. In reality, it's a finely tuned system. You notice details others miss. You feel environments deeply. You need fewer interactions, but more meaningful ones. Loneliness here is often the result of protecting your inner balance, not failing socially. Trait number 5. You have strong independence of mind. Psychology shows that people who think independently often feel isolated at some point in their lives. You question norms. You don't automatically adopt popular opinions or lifestyles. You carve your own path, even when it's lonely. This independence can separate you from groups built on shared assumptions, but it also gives you clarity, integrity, and inner authority. You're less easily influenced, less likely to lose yourself in the crowd. Loneliness becomes the cost of thinking for yourself, but also the foundation of true confidence. Many people who lead, create, or inspire once felt deeply alone. Here's the part that matters most. Feeling lonely doesn't mean you're broken. It often means you're built differently. You're not meant for constant noise, shallow bonds, or forced belonging. Your traits push you toward depth, meaning, and truth, even if that road is quieter. Loneliness is painful, yes, but it's also temporary. These traits don't isolate you forever. They filter. They remove what doesn't fit so that what does can eventually find you. If you've ever felt like you're on the outside looking in, remember this. The world doesn't always recognize rare qualities right away. But that doesn't make them less valuable. It makes them uncommon. If this resonated with you, you're not alone in feeling this way, and you're not imagining it. Subscribe for more psychology insights that help you understand yourself more deeply and turn quiet traits into powerful strengths.